Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is June the 30th, 2019. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Be a unique beast. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Having hype, unconfiscatable. Your home for Bitcoin insider information. Offended by selling. All right, people, check out the links below. Friday's This Week in Bitcoin show was awesome with Gigi and Benny and Steve Barber talking about mining in Canada. Gigi talking about what was that term? Digital hygiene. Oh my God, that was awesome. Also, check out yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin show. That was always fun. So disruptmeister.com, techbalt.com, sportsmeister.com, TECHBALT on Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, I wanted to say that, well, I'll get to that in a second. You retweet, I have a funny old video of mine I put out there. I'll describe it in a second, though. But I wanted to say tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to be on the road getting back to Baltimore. My flight just changed. That's why this video was delayed. So tomorrow's show is going to be it's going to be different. It's going to be talking about how to get some of these crypto dividends that maybe you haven't claimed yet, and to do it on with the Garda wallet. It'll be a step-by-step. You won't even see my face. For those of you who don't need fancy sets and graphics, well, there'll be graphics. So pound that like button, people. So it's going to be a little bit of a different show. And then I might have an extra show before you finally see me back with the regular One Bitcoin show on Tuesday. But of course, a new show here every day. So tomorrow there will be a new show. It is just going to be a little bit different. And I happen to have already recorded it. So Mr. Hodl has a tweet here. Fiat addicts you to spending. Bitcoin addicts you to savings and to saving. And someone replied to that, this is so true. Never in my life did I ever save money before Bitcoin. Pound that like button. I like to hear that people who have gotten into Bitcoin have become savers. And it has changed that mentality. It's gotten rid of those impulsive behaviors of spend. Because indeed, fiat does addict you to spending. And it's going to keep on addicting people to spending, and it's not going away anytime soon. So if you're a spending addict, you'll have your drug of choice out there all this time. And guys, just because that drug of choice is still out there doesn't mean Bitcoin isn't an awesome thing. There's a lot of you that think, "Ooh, we got to get rid of fiat. That'll be the true success of Bitcoin." Ooh, you think fiat's going to be around? Oh, you're not a true Bitcoiner. Come on, dude. Come on. Fiat, if you're in the Bitcoin overlay, let the 80%ers do what they're going to do with the fiat. Let them spend. Let them get their hits. You become addicted to savings. Don't worry about what other people are darn doing. Control your own destiny. Personal responsibility is the new counterculture. Savings is part of this counterculture. Be part of the counterculture, and you will be in good shape. It's treated me fair. It's treated me well. Bitcoin has been very, very good to me. Pound that like button, and it should be very, very good to you. Get addicted to savings and to saving. And by the way, I mean, addicted it's a strong word. It's a strong word, but I think you get the point. Sometimes we gotta go strong on this show. Strong hand. Pound that like button. All right, Charlton said today I finished my first 48-hour fast. Thank you for the inspiration. Strong hand. Dude, I'm so happy to hear that. I just finished eating a few hours ago. And again, I'm going to be on a plane ride. And then I got to take care of some really annoying stuff in Baltimore with my driver's license. And I've calculated it all out. I'm not going to eat again until July 4th. I'm at the beginning of an 84-hour fast. Pound that like button. Remember, once or twice a year, you want to go at least 72 hours to supposedly restart the immune system and perhaps guard against cancer. Hey, it's good. I feel good after it. I'm doing it. Long-term thinking, preventing cancer, restarting the immune system. We shall see, when I'm 84 years old, if it worked out. Pound that like button. All right, moving on. So I talked about Monday's show. I talked about Friday's amazing show. Gigi is a really smart dude. I'm glad that I got to debut him and debut Steve Barber, another a very smart dude. And it's a unique This Week in Bitcoin, so check it out. And of course, Benny is always awesome, but you can see him all the time on his channel also, BTC Sessions. So another tweet. And this is really good advice, people. I've said this before, but this is coming from 6102 Bitcoin. He gives all sorts of advice. Don't buy a hardware wallet from Amazon. You risk buying a fake, and it's a privacy leak. Hey, dudes, you should know better than to do that. People have asked me about that. But if you check out this tweet, you'll see all the scary reasons. You'll get scared straight if you still consider doing it. Just buy straight from where your hardware, from Trezor, or a directly from a reseller that is known, like a MW. What's that? HWWallet.com. HWWallet.com. Is that what that's my buddy here. I've never set up my affiliate link with him again. He's a great dude. He's in Southern California. I'm only in Southern California for, I'll be out of here in 24 hours. I'll be on a plane, or less than 24 hours. So yeah, you'll see me in Baltimore soon enough, East Coasters, and then on to Israel, to Tel Aviv. I'll be there July 11th. I'm looking forward to everything. And of course, Australia, October 17th. We'll talk more about that as it gets closer. But I'm bringing up Australia right now because there's a lot of Australians watching right now. If you're watching this live, because this show is so late, I had to give the Alaskan time to keep it on June the 30th. It started at 11:30 in Anchorage. Okay, 11:30 p.m. June 30th in Anchorage. Hello, Anchorage. Hello, Australia, where it's like a completely another day. So yeah, we're entering July right now. So happy July, everyone. And all my live chatters out there, if you've got a question, type in Bitcoin Meister. I forgot to say that. Sorry. Also, give shout outs, people. Type in Bitcoin Meister. Say where you are. Yeah, give me a reason to go visit you. This is since it's such a late show here, I'm doing a little something different. Give me a shout out where you guys are. If you type in Bitcoin Meister in your location, I'll shout it out. And who knows, maybe in 2020 I will visit you, because basically 2019, the rest of 2019 is pretty much planned. In 2020, I have a lot more freedom where I can go, because the mourning period will be over in October of this year. But of course, I have plans. I'm scheduled all the way till Thanksgiving in Australia. So, all right, what do we got here? I talked about Monday, and oh yeah, here, something that I have on my Twitter, and a lot of you have noticed, I've been tweeting out little video clips of old videos of mine. And so I've got one from June of 2015 out there now. I linked to it below, retweet it. It's about Bitcoin, not blockchain. That's what I believe. But back then, people were saying blockchain, not Bitcoin, and I straight up rip it apart. And that was in June 2015. I knew that blockchain, not Bitcoin, was a complete joke. You can check it out yourself. It's linked to below. Retweet it. I'm having a lot of fun putting those videos out there. Hey, and someone says, I'm Anchorage, Adam. Hey, free loving MGTOW says he's in Anchorage. Oh, cool. I haven't been to Anchorage since 2014, man. I really liked it. It was a little weird that it was like still light at 10:30 at night, until I went to Bergen, Norway, where it was even much worse than that, how you get so disoriented in June. But yeah, I was in June of 2014, I was in Anchorage, and June of 2018, I was in Bergen, Norway. Jordan Scott said, Bitcoin Meister, come to China. Seriously, it's awesome. Dude, Jordan, I'm not going to China. I don't like they keep track of everything. You know, they take your picture when you land there, and then you get ingrained in their facial recognition network. Now, I really don't want to get. I feel like I was a target there almost. I would feel quite limited. It's totalitarian. I mean, I love seeing these videos of how modern it looks there. And, you know, they've got their own way going over there. That's not my way. I went to Hong Kong, which is controlled by China, and of course I went to Taiwan, and I'd love to go to Taiwan again, which is an enemy of China. And I like Taiwan. They're free. They're not a communist nation. But thank you for the invite, Jordan Scott. I know you got to do what you got to do over there and everything. And again, not every country is for every person. Right now, the things I've heard about China, it's not for me. It's someone says China is not a good idea for Bitcoiners. Kadir says that, and I agree with him. And I'm definitely a Bitcoiner. And they really got a smart grid system there, and they really might be able to identify me for who I am, actually. And yeah, not worth the risk for me. Not worth the risk. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to talk about China right now, actually in a second, Jordan. Well, first of all, Marty Bent. I wanted to share this tweet of Marty Bent. By the way, this week in America, everyone is taking off because July 4th is Thursday. Americans are so freaking wealthy that they don't need to work. Why work? We'll just take the whole week. In the old days, people would take off on July 4th. Then if it was on a Thursday, well, okay, they take off July 4th and 5th. And the last few years, it's just like, take off the whole darn week. So many people are taking off the whole darn week. If you can really afford to do that, that is great. I think, why work if you don't have to work, I guess. But I think some people, they might just feel entitled to, take off of work, and then they complain the rest of the year, like, why am I not making enough money? Well, you're going on vacation all the time, and work hard, make money. Come on, don't take off. But so it's going to be weird this week. The Bitcoin, I don't. It'll be affected by smaller things. I don't think as many Americans will be trading this weekend and this whole week coming up. So this is going to be like a holiday week. It should be very interesting to see. So, I mean, maybe the Asians will take advantage of it, or the Europeans. I have no idea. But it should be a little different than usual. It's not going to be a normal week coming up. So, I mean, for those of you who don't know that July 4th is coming up, it is. So Thursday and Friday especially should be dead. But we will have shows every day of the week. I'm doing a show on Thursday. I'm definitely doing This Week in Bitcoin on Friday, and don't know what time yet. So Marty Bent said, be wary of people who price their favorite altcoin in US dollars instead of Bitcoin. They're hiding underperformance. Yeah, I don't even know if some of the altcoiners even know they're doing it, Marty. I don't even know. I mean, a savvy one who's trying to convince you to buy his altcoin, yeah, of course he'll list it. He'll never list it in Bitcoin. But some altcoiners are just so naive, they don't know that you should be valuing your wealth in Bitcoin. They don't know. They're totally mesmerized by like, ooh, it's so cheap. It's only a few cents, and it went up so much, and it's going to be the next Bitcoin because Bitcoin used to be a few cents, and it went up to it's at 11,000 now. So clearly mine will be that. And again, you're better off holding Bitcoin, valuing your wealth in Bitcoin. Bitcoin beats all of these guys in the long run. It really, really does. Short term, some of them. I mean, you know what? If you want to, it's your fault if you get into it and you saw, oh, well, that coin X there, it's been beating Bitcoin. It has been going up in terms of value, in terms of Bitcoin. Let me get into it now, and then it doesn't anymore. That's usually what happens, and you'll learn the hard way, I guess. But hey, Marty Bent is trying to tell you to value your wealth in Bitcoin. I've been trying to tell you guys to do that. All right. We're going to get to that in a second. So, okay, one of the theories about the price of Bitcoin jumping in terms of fiat, for all you fiat freaks out there, is that many people in China are getting worried about the government because of what they've done in Hong Kong and some other instability issues within mainland China. And I'm not going to get into all the stuff, but yuan issues, and that a lot of it might be caused by Hong Kongers that are buying up Bitcoin to protect them. And again, I've advised people from Hong Kong to do this. Clearly, the iron fist of China might be pounding on Hong Kong soon. But this is all theoretical stuff. And what I really, and people are writing about it, and it's a good theory. What I would love to see is, for this to actually make a difference. If there are lots of people in Hong Kong and China buying up Bitcoin, there's got to be some proof somewhere, okay? It can't just be a couple of people, a couple of smart people, like the 0.1% of the Hong Kongers. That's not going to really do it, all right? It's going to have to be something noticeable. And the way I have heard, there are all these Chinese, internet groups and email lists or whatever, all these social media things that I am not a part of, okay? I don't know what their names are even in China. If someone who understands Mandarin or whatever, could get on there and find a group where it's specifically instructing China sort of newbies, like, okay, you need to buy Bitcoin. You go here. You do it at this time when the Americans are sleeping. And just like a step-by-step thing that would kind of, show like why we've had some of these pumps in the middle of the night at really weird times, and it would give credence to the theory, okay? And there is something to this theory, and I'm sure there are people in China and Hong Kong that are buying it. But to bring the price up as much as has been brought up, I would really think there'd have to be some proof out there, some like instructions and like large groups of people, because there are all these altcoin pump groups out there that explain, okay, we're going to buy this altcoin on this day, we're going to pump it, then we're going to sell it, okay? And you can do that pretty easily with and it might be like a group of 10, 20, or like 100 people or something like that. So the equivalent to do this to Bitcoin would have to be multiple groups, multiple people teaching each other. There'd have to be some proof left behind. It couldn't be totally secret. So again, maybe there's such a disconnect between the English-speaking mainstream Bitcoin culture that theorizes about this stuff and the Chinese-speaking culture that actually needs Bitcoin. There might be such a disconnect that we can't really like monitor them. We can't find the proof because we don't know that language, Mandarin. So okay, enough about that. I do think for the theory to be true that they're making the huge difference in the price, there would have to be some real obvious proof out there, and I haven't seen it. But again, it just might be, and maybe it isn't a bunch of them. Maybe it is just some of the smartest ones out there getting into it, and it's a combination of a lot of other factors too. And so for me, I don't really worry about it too much. Why Bitcoin's going up. I know in the long run it is the soundest of money. It is a way to protect your wealth. It is a way to get your wealth out of uncomfortable situations. It is unconfiscatable, and people want to guard their wealth from confiscation from authoritarian regimes. So, good luck, Hong Kong. My friend was telling me. I asked a friend, and I've referenced this friend before. He knows I have Bitcoin. And he's always happy when he hears Bitcoin does, even though I told him about Bitcoin in the year 2013. I told him to buy it in 2013. And he just gets a kick out of how well it does because he knows I own it. So I wanted to check in with him and see what was the last thing he heard about Bitcoin. And he's like, I've been busy lately, and I heard it was like $9,300 or something like that. And he said, and there's some date that's going to come up when Satoshi reveals himself, like a halving or something. I was like, oh, whoa, okay. You're a little confused on that second part. But what I did notice is that he had not really heard about it going over $10,000. And back in the days of 2017, late 2017, he was hearing about everything. So the mainstreamers out there, they're not hearing about this as much as last time. So this event, whatever you want to call it, this hype, the hype has not reached in the mainstream to the same level as it did back in 2017, which is good. There's still potential. There's potential. So many people haven't heard about it. Now, part of the reason I wonder that they're not hearing about it is because maybe they're just the 80%ers are just getting inundated too much with that election stuff, because we're closer to the election than we were in 2017 also. There's much more election nonsense being thrown out there, and there's only so much nonsense that 80%ers can take, and it's unfortunate. So they're getting distracted. Maybe my theory here is they're getting distracted by the election stuff and not not reading some of these mainstream articles about Bitcoin going over 10,000. And of course, there just are not as many mainstream Bitcoin articles as last time either. I'm pretty sure. So because they'd rather write about Bernie Sanders. Who knows? That's the nature of the mainstream. That's why you got to be part of the counterculture, where you can immediately find useful articles and not get caught up in worrying about someone promising to pay off your debts. That you should take responsibility of your own debts. All right, watch more about that on Saturday's show and pound that like button. I wanted to mention that Chris, my buddy Chris at MWC, MimbleWimblecoin, he watched Friday's show, and we were talking about privacy on the base layer of Bitcoin or on the second layer. And Chris again says he has an article on the MWC.mw site stating why he believes that MimbleWimble should be implemented on the base layer, that Bitcoin needs privacy on the base layer. If you're interested in that kind of thing, you can check out the link below. But even if you're not interested in that kind of thing, click on that link below so you can register for the MWC airdrop, so you can get this free MimbleWimble flavor of the month coin for free because you're a Bitcoin holder. It is a crypto dividend of Bitcoin. It is an airdrop for Bitcoin holders that register for it by July 19th. Again, for the newbies on the show, you hold Bitcoin, you get interest on your Bitcoin if you control your own private key and you don't keep it at Coinbase and do nonsense things like that. You can register for airdrops. You can get these forks. Again, tomorrow's show is about claiming some forks. But a lot of people in the main, again, a lot of people who get into Bitcoin are 80%ers, are mainstreamers, just want to, they think Bitcoin is all about trading and flipping and getting altcoins and all this nonsense, and they don't understand they're not addicted to savings yet. And a great way to strengthen your savings addiction is to understand that, hey, you are getting interest on your Bitcoin with these crypto dividends. And hey, if you've got such an urge to spend, you get the crypto dividend, you convert it to Bitcoin, and then you spend that Bitcoin. I don't advise doing that, but it's a way to at least get some people interested in controlling their own private key. Come on, dudes. Again, strong-hand it. Treat the crypto dividends as interest, and check out that link below for those of you who have not registered. And you don't have to register for the MWC airdrop. But again, if you don't register, then don't ask me after July 19th how to register, because you can't anymore. And don't ask me how to buy it either, because you should have gotten it for free. Adam Meister, one of the sayings here, you don't buy something that you can get for free. Pound that like button. Steam it. I'm on Steam it right now at Bitcoin Meister. Right this second, it's live over there. I get Steam for free. Why the heck would I buy it? I turn it into Bitcoin. Pound that like button. So let's talk about that's a good segue into the Brave browser situation, or Reddit. All right, so Reddit made an announcement that now you can get paid on Reddit with BAT, with basic attention tokens, which is what powers the Brave browser. But then it was elaborated on some more that you need to have the Brave browser in order to get paid with BAT on Reddit, okay? Nonetheless, despite the complication, and I linked to it below, it says, and this was the headline at the block, Reddit, one of the top 20 internet sites in the world, will soon allow tipping via the cryptocurrency BAT. And again, it's a little bit more complicated than that, because you got to have the Brave browser, which is a fine browser to have. But I from what I've heard, you need to do some KYC in order to claim your BAT. And I'm not going to get into this. The reason I am bringing this story up is because Reddit is a top 20 internet site, supposedly. They made a partnership with a altcoin, a third-tier altcoin, I guess, or a second-tier altcoin, and it pumped that altcoin. That BAT went up in price. So this is something to consider. And again, this is to strengthen your Bitcoin hand, so you don't panic when something like this happens. What happens when Bcash makes a partnership that's bigger than that and easier than that with a top 10 website, okay? It's going to pump Bcash. Or, I mean, maybe BSV could even do something like that. I don't know. It just shows you, if it was so easy to pump BAT with something that was a little complicated and was Reddit and was this week of the, this is a really dead week we're starting off here. Imagine if you did it at the right time with the right marketing guy, King of the Trolls, and with a bigger site. So be prepared. That is when you've got a centralized altcoin with leaders who can have partnerships and do things like this. You get to pump your coin this way, and it's pure gambling because you don't know what coin is going to do it. One can assume that eventually one of the top tier centralized ones like Bcash will do something like this, and some of the people will try to scare the Bitcoin holders into saying, oh, you see, we're the real Bitcoin now. We partnered with the site, and look how much we went up today. Just wanted to warn you, it will happen in the future. You just saw it on a smaller scale with this BAT Reddit thing. And is that the end of the show? Yeah, that's it. All right. There were no questions. There are a lot of people saying things about Anchorage and stuff I see. All right, that is it, guys. So tomorrow's show will be different, but tune in tomorrow, and there might be an extra show on Tuesday night. I will be back. I will probably be tired. It will be late. Again, I will be. You'll have my show tomorrow too. Don't worry. It just is already taped, and it won't be the same type of interaction, but it will be educational. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. And you can follow me on Twitter throughout. I'll be tweeting tomorrow when I'm at the airport and everything. If you need your little bit of a live hit of Meister for some reason. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the links below. Pound that like button, bang that bell button. Los Angeles, I do love you a lot. It's time to go back to the hardcore Baltimore, where it's really summer, baby, and see my family. Oh yeah, brother.